Until then, peace.
This property runs this community. A lot of people from this community work here. They're proud of this. This has got a lot of history here. And then when you think about the beauty with the hills, the mountains, the trees, the water.
One thing about this place is one of the words he kept saying, family. It's a place that when my family and everyone comes, they treat you like family. They treat you like you're one of their own. And it's, obviously when you look at the place, you look at the rooms, everything, it's like taking a step back in time. And I think that's an absolutely amazing place to be able to put your phone down and slow everything down. I mean, the world these days is so fast. Everything has to get done so quickly. And every time I've come here with my family at Greenbrier, it's like everything stops and it's slow motion. You actually get to enjoy life, enjoy your time with family.
Just this place feels like I'm a kid again. You get out here and you see nature, you see the trails, you see going on a hike. I grew up in Fresno. We go up to the mountains every once in a while, and that's just kind of what it feels like a little bit. And obviously it's more forested here and whatnot, but the 58, I don't know how to explain it, just kind of semi-blacked out, you can kind of say. It was one of those moments where the last 4 holes, I was obviously trying to win a tournament, but it started to rain, and I just kept focusing on my game. I didn't get outside of this bubble that I created with myself. I just wanted to focus on hitting the next best shot. And I think that's what really pushed me on to focusing on, obviously winning the tournament, but to shoot in the 50s and then ultimately make the 40-foot on the last hole for 58. That was just the cherry on top. And what a special moment, a special place in my heart forever, and probably one of the most special moments of my entire life.
Yo, guess what today is, everybody? Okay, here we go. You ready? Everybody who's listening on channel 159 on Sirius, hang with us. Everybody who's watching on SportsGrid or on YouTube right now, get ready. Put them up on the screen. Put Big Brown up on the screen, because guess what today is, everybody? Yeah. Guess what today is, everybody? It's back to me. It's Friday. Put him back on the screen. Whoa, Browner. Whoa, yeah. It's Friday, y'all. What up? It's Friday. Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man, and we are coming to you from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. Hey, if you're in San Diego this weekend and you're thinking, what am I doing? Because it's hot out. It's gorgeous out. The summer's amazing. But you know what? I want air conditioning. I don't want smoking. I want great food. I want an amazing brunch. I want easy access right off the freeway. That's 7 Mile Casino and 7milecasino.com. Fellas, Friday. What is cooking? Grande, how we living, dog?
Living large. Look at you in the back. Living in charge.
Yeah.
And living out here, wherever the hell I am.
Yeah, Grande, Northern California, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Cousin Nancy.
Here.
Yeah, inland. Usually we do coastal elite, but Cousin Nancy's north and further
northeastern.
East. So yeah, so that's inland elite.
Sure.
That is right now. Wow.
Yeah.
Cousin Nancy's a state.
Is Sacramento County?
I don't know if Sacramento's a county. I'm not sure.
Wherever we're at.
Yes.
It is? Sacramento is a county?
Let me look it up. Hold on.
Yeah, I think you need to look that up. I mean, you said it confidently, and we might have bought it, but
that's the Browner special.
Right.
Is to say things confidently.
Right.
And then 2 seconds later, like, my bad, dog.
My bad, y'all.
Yeah.
I mean, San Diego's a county.
Yes,
What is it? Sacramento County? All right. So there's Grande up at the state capitol, Sacramento, in Cousin Nancy's compound. It's not even an estate. It's not even a mansion. It's a freaking compound, what she got going on there. How many bedrooms Cousin Nancy got there?
Lost count.
Yeah. How many cars Cousin Nancy got in the garage?
Oh boy, if I tell you what's in the car right now, in the garage right now, it's ridiculous.
Is there any chance? Is there any chance you would get up with your phone and walk through Cousin Nancy's entire house for us?
No.
Is there any chance you would take your phone and go into Cousin Nancy's garage and let us see what kind of car she got going there? Because I know kind of car she got going on there? Because I know she's really into cars, and I know her husband's really into cars, and I know they're into auto racing. What kind of auto racing do they do?
Multiple. The husband's doing Lamborghini Super Trofeo Series right now. Herself, she does radical cars up in Pahrump, Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
And now the kids are go-karting. So, it's just a family of racers.
Yeah. Anybody going to become a NASCAR star or like an F1 star?
No, I don't think so. Unless the youngest daughter, who just started 4th grade yesterday, gets into it. You never know. Danica Patrick 2.0,
right.
maybe.
Yeah. Any chance you'll take a camera and go into the garage and show us what kind of exotic car she got cooking?
I have to ask her before I do that, probably.
How about her gym? How about the gym in her house?
The gym, sure, yeah. I mean,
dude,
we've done this before. We haven't done it on the national stage, but we've done it for the Great Friends before. They've seen what I've been cooking with.
I know, man. Cousin Nancy, she got it going on. I'll tell you that right now. Brown, how we living today, man? How you feeling?
Solid. Had an appearance at my kid's school. What
do you mean you had an appearance? Like you were doing stand-up comedy at your kid's school or something?
If that's what it takes to stop them from beating the hell out of each other, yeah. I will do a set every day before lunch.
Yeah, I definitely want to hear about this.
Oh, my goodness.
At some point today, I'd like to hear about your kids, your triplet sons, beating the hell out of each other in school.
Because, why not? Why not? You do it at home. Why not take it on the road?
Right.
Take this show on the road. You're good at home. Can you perform on the road? Does the crowd bother you? Is it the setting of the arena? Can you not jump off of this like you normally do? Doesn't affect them.
It's like a comedian. Like they don't know where they're at. The crowd is dark. You know what I know? I know this microphone, and I know me. So these kids, they're like, I don't know or care where I am. I know these two other dudes, and we're just going to be doing our thing.
Right. So like when your triplet boys are at home and one of them is on the coffee table and the other one is on the couch and the dude jumps off the couch and lands on his brother on the coffee table like he's a WWE wrestler off the top turnbuckle. I mean, that's what they do at home. That's what they're going to do in school.
It's called Spider-Manning. That's what they do. When they jump from one thing to the other, they yell Spider-Man. Because now the Spider-Verse, and it's a lot, man. It's a lot.
Have you taken them to a Padres game yet, or like a sporting event yet?
It is very difficult.
Dude, I wouldn't do that.
To a place where there's that many
crowds.
People.
Yeah, you'll lose one of them.
They're not ready for that.
Yeah, you will lose one of them, dude. My daughter, who's 17, about to turn 18 in November. This kid, every time we would go somewhere, she'd be the kid who would like just walk away. And then we'd all be like, where is she? Where's she at? Hey, Julia, where are you? And she'd walk away all the time. Like, don't leave me. Don't ever leave me.
My son Jackson, he finna explore. He don't care what you doing. We're like, hey, we got to stay together. He's like, yeah.
Later.
Talk to the other one. There he goes. There he goes. He's like,
I used to do that.
Wheel.
I used to do that in my 20s when we'd go out and party. That was my thing, to just like leave the group. Like, I don't know. Got lost in San Francisco like 2 times, like when I was like 22. Next thing I know, I come back into consciousness staring at the Golden Gate Bridge. I was like, where's my group? I just like to run away.
Well, it is Friday. It has been a great week so far, and we're going to have a great finish to this week. I will tell you guys that when I start to think about what this weekend is going to be in terms of sports, I'm going to tell you, I'm having like a little bit of like post-Olympic depression, as in I love the Olympics so much. And yesterday, by the way, was such a great conversation with Jim Lampley. In fact, Alex, I saw what you did where you took the Lampley, and Browner had asked Lampley about, everybody says this was the best Olympics of all time. And Jim started to go into this whole diatribe about 1964 and the 4x100 relay. And I'm trying to remember the name of the gentleman who he said was the fastest
Bobby
runner.
Hayes?
Bob Hayes. Dude, last night, no, I'm not joking with you. Last night, I'm laying in bed. I got to bed super early last night. and I saw the video on Instagram. Browner asked this great question to Jim Lampley, and Jim started going into this answer about 1964, the fastest guy of all time, and Jim started to well up. You said we didn't do a good job yesterday with Jim Lampley because he wasn't crying. Bro, he was hysterical. He was just holding it back.
Hysterical?
He was fighting back the tears, dude. His face was turning red. He was sweating. His eyes were all welled up, and he's talking about the fastest guy of all time. So last night I'm laying in bed, and I start to YouTube videos from the 1964 Olympics. You did too?
I watched it. While he was talking about it, I watched it.
Oh, really?
Yesterday. Yeah. Dude was fast.
Dude, he was
fast.
motoring, dude. Because when he got the baton, he was way behind, and it was like he was driving a Ferrari and everybody else was driving Volkswagens. You know,
there's I don't know how real this stuff is when you see things on social media, but I saw, how, in a lot of athletics, like football, specifically basketball, you could see the level of athlete has drastically changed over time, right? Like the amount of athleticism that you see on a field in 2024 is superior to what you saw in the 60s. But in track and field, not really, dude. Like there's been advancement in shoes. There's been advancement in like what they're running on. They're not running on dirt anymore. But those dudes were still running 9.9, 9.8. Like they were still like not much has changed in the track and field game, which is insane.
I watched that last night, and Lampley was texting me, and it was a weird time too, because I'm telling you, it was probably like 9:30, 10 o'clock Pacific time, and he's on East Coast time. So I was surprised he was up and rolling. But yeah, I watched that video that you posted on social media of Jim yesterday. Great question by you, Browner, because it got Jim really rolling. And then Jim gave us this whole history lesson
of the show.
He is. Every time Browner asks questions, everybody always says, that's a great question. And every time he asks it, he starts going down this road. I'm like, where the hell is he going? And then the guests, whoever they are, they're like, Browner, that's a freaking great question. So listen, we're just getting rolling. We're just getting started. It is Friday. And what might be different from today till Monday in the NL West, we'll get there next.
What has transpired here at the First Bank Center here in Denver, Colorado? It wasn't just a big night of fights. It was a big night of memorable moments.
Conor McGregor with us here in Denver, Colorado. Good left hand from Rockhold. Right hand right back from Mike Perry. Now 3-0 in BKFC.
Can I get a face-off with Conor McGregor, man?
It's an incredible setup here, incredible matchmaking, incredible storytelling. Oh, you had to come here. All these fighters that step in here are warriors, and all have my respect. And I'm into this game, yeah. We'll be into this, yeah.
And we are live here in the Maverick Center here in Salt Lake City, Utah, folks. What a night it is going to be. Historic indeed for BKFC 56.
Whoever's the king of violence right here, this is going to be a great fight.
Perry on the turn. Right hand from Mike Perry. Double jab. Who's the king of violence? I am!
Combat fighting in its purest form. Bare knuckle fighting in the city of angels.
80 seconds remaining.
We've got the biggest announcement in the BKFC history we're about to make, so let's make that announcement.
What's up, Knucklemania? The notorious Conor McGregor here. Ladies and gentlemen, the huge announcement that I have for you today. Conor McGregor, myself, and McGregor Sports and Entertainment is now an owner of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Welcome to the big leagues. David Feldman, baby, we did it.
He's now an owner of BKFC with us, and we're going to take this motherfucking thing all the way to the top now.
7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. To all of our great friends in San Diego, Orange County, LA, the mega market that is Southern California. We're glad all you guys are here with us. You've been with us all week long. Get involved in our live YouTube chat that's happening right now. I can see people that are chiming in from YouTube, people that are coming to us from our live broadcast on Facebook, people that are watching right now on Twitter at Kaplan and Crew, and to everybody all over the country that is watching or listening on SportsGrid. It's channel 159 on Sirius, and honestly on TV, man, it's just freaking everywhere. I mean, Roku, Amazon Prime, Samsung TVs, Fubos, and other platforms that I haven't even heard of. We're just freaking everywhere. Yes, right. Fubos, all of them. Multiple Fubos. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So today being Friday, the Arizona Diamondbacks and the San Diego Padres have now just caught up a little bit more to the LA Dodgers. And this is the story that we know we're focusing in on. I know all my buddies out in Philly and in New York that are not following the NL West. This is what we focus on. But what's happened this week is the Padres and the Diamondbacks continue to find ways to win. And the Dodgers, who have this insane record, given all of the injuries that they've had to deal with, continue to just give back little teeny tiny pieces. And this week, not only did the Padres and the Diamondbacks catch up by another half of a game, so now both teams are back by 2 games of the Dodgers. I would say the biggest blow to the Dodgers right now is the fact that Walker Buehler came back this week, and it was so underwhelming that I hear Dodger fans now talking about maybe the Dodgers should just cut bait and let Walker Buehler go. Like yesterday, my colleagues up in LA at 710, guys who are hardcore Dodger guys, they're like, dude, you can't give him any more starts. I'm like, what else? What are you going to do? I mean, it seems like every other guy is like having Tommy John surgery. You got to give a guy like Walker Buehler a little bit of time. And they're like, no, you can't, because he was already 8 starts into his major league season. And then he went down to the minor leagues, and he was never impressive when he was doing a rehab assignment at AAA. So all of a sudden, Dodger fans, at least I think, are starting to get very, very nervous about when is Yamamoto coming back? Is Buehler somebody that you should even still have on this team? How much better is Kershaw going to be? Flaherty wasn't great the other day, although he calmed down a little bit after giving up 2 home runs early. But the Padres and the Diamondbacks are slowly just catching up. And today being Friday, who knows where we'll be on Monday.
Dodger fans love lecturing Padre fans on how to act when Padres win anything, right? They like to be the police of fun. Oh, go throw a parade downtown, right? Let me tell Dodger fans something about losing. Learn how to lose. Like, you all are panicking, and you are half a game back from the best record in the National League. Chill out. Relax. Enjoy the ride, man. Y'all been clamoring about how the team isn't prepared for the postseason because they just run away every year. 15 games, 20-game lead, and let's go to the playoffs. We haven't been battle tested. We haven't done anything that no one's ever challenged us. Hey, welcome to a real race, boys. Welcome to a real race, Dodger fans. Now y'all get what you want, and you're gonna start panicking about one start over one of your best pitchers? Come on, y'all got to learn how to lose a little bit. Y'all got to get them battle scars. We're filled of scars, Scott. They don't know. Padre fans, we're cut up, dude. Cut me, Mick. Cut me. We are so cut up. The Dodger fans, they're fresh. A little 18-year-old fresh-faced kids just like not knowing how to lose. Y'all better learn, man, because when you're in a real race, you're panicking about one start. Let me tell you, man, y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready for a real race.
I am not willing to talk about anything Dodger related until they get past. Because when they get past, then you can start calling them chokers. Then the choking label comes back. But you got to pass them to do that. And I'm not talking about getting within half a game. They got to be back half a game. Because what the Padres have done, and the Diamondbacks as well, but they're a side story. What the Padres have done in the second half of this season is remarkable. And that should be the story. And when the Dodgers, if the Dodgers get past, now that's the story.
By the way, you say that the Padres have been great. The Diamondbacks have even been better.
But I don't care about them. I don't care
what
about
if the Diamondbacks pass the Padres? And then what if the Diamondbacks are the ones that pass the Dodgers?
Nobody gonna care. Nobody gonna care.
I think so. They were in the World Series last year. I think a lot of people will care.
I think a lot of Padre fans are going to care.
Again. Y'all already know my goal. Get in. You get in. You get in the dance. Okay. Get your ticket punched. and then we can talk about what to do when we get there. But
so
if
you don't want to entertain that conversation, but I remember I brought up how I've been watching MLB Network because it's fun to watch baseball right now.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what MLB on Fox was talking about last night?
MLB on Fox or MLB Network?
No, it was the MLB on Fox. It was Dontrell Willis. It was Mark Sweeney and whoever their host is.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what the topic of conversation was last night? Who's going to pass the Dodgers? The Padres as Diamondbacks. The national conversation is now switching, Browner. So you may not want to entertain that conversation, but I'm telling you, the Diamondbacks, the Phoenix fans, and the people in San Diego, and now the people across the country, when it's a 2-game lead, and we're not talking about like 500 crappy division. We're talking about 3 of the best teams in baseball in a real race. This is now going to be the closer and the more these guys keep winning, this conversation is going to be all up in your face, whether you like it or not.
It's not. See, I don't think it's a real race until they get past. They have the lead. And this is the reason why you build the lead, that when you stumble, you can still maintain the lead.
Yeah.
Best record in National League Baseball.
I love how you will not entertain this conversation. But Alex and I are talking about it every day. And Alex, I'm so glad you brought up that Fox. I didn't know why was Fox like, what was last night that they would have like a national baseball show on Fox? Was this on FS1? Was there a game on or something that you were watching?
It's on my social media pages.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So I do like though that everybody else seems to be having this conversation, the conversation that Browner doesn't want to have. I'll show you what it's going to look like though, when we come right back, because when we look at what the Dodgers have this weekend, what the Diamondbacks have this weekend, and what the Padres have this weekend, if there was a weekend to make a move for the Padres in particular, this is the weekend to do it. Stick around. This is Kaplan and Crew from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, coming right back.
This property runs this community. A lot of people from this community work here. They're proud of this. This has got a lot of history here. And then when you think about the beauty with the hills, the mountains, the trees, the water.
One thing about this place is one of the words he kept saying, family. It's a place that when my family and everyone comes, they treat you like family. They treat you like you're one of their own. And it's, obviously when you look at the place, you look at the rooms, everything, it's like taking a step back in time. And I think that's an absolutely amazing place to be able to put your phone down and slow everything down. I mean, the world these days is so fast. Everything has to get done so quickly. And every time I've come here with my family at Greenbrier, it's like everything stops and it's slow motion. You actually get to enjoy life, enjoy your time with family.
Just this place feels like I'm a kid again. You get out here and you see nature, you see the trails, you see going on a hike. I grew up in Fresno. We go up to the mountains every once in a while, and that's just kind of what it feels like a little bit. And obviously it's more forested here and whatnot, but the 58, I don't know how to explain it, just kind of semi-blacked out, you can kind of say. It was one of those moments where the last 4 holes, I was obviously trying to win a tournament, but it started to rain, and I just kept focusing on my game. I didn't get outside of this bubble that I created with myself. I just wanted to focus on hitting the next best shot. And I think that's what really pushed me on to focusing on obviously winning the tournament, but to shoot in the 50s and then ultimately make the 40-foot on the last hole for 58. That was just the cherry on top. And what a special moment, a special place in my heart forever, and probably one of the most special moments in my entire life.
To us by our great friends at Blenders Eyewear. Listen, the summer is still going on, and it's going to be going on for quite a long time. To all of you guys that are out east, I'm telling you right now, September, October in Southern California is the greatest time of the entire year. I mean, that's when we get the best weather. So listen, guys, you may have already gotten your sunglasses, but you may need more. And the price point on Blenders is so inexpensive that you might as well keep on going. Yesterday, JDD Ocampo sent me a picture of his blenders collection. He got like 12 pairs. They're all hanging on his wall. Tommy told me the other day he went from 13 pairs to 18 pairs. They're so inexpensive. They got such great polarized lenses and such cool frames. You're going to want to buy more than one pair, and you get 20% off when you use our discount code Kaplan, Kaplan. It's Blenders Eyewear, and it is, as they say on their website, show-stopping summer energy. Or you're going back to school in style, which I love that one right there. And it is a great time to get yourself some new blenders. BlendersEyewear.com. They'll ship them anywhere in the country. We saw Joe Musgrove wearing them the other day. Shout out to our man Ryan, who took them down to Joe Musgrove. And you see the Coach Primes there. Okay,
you know what
guys,
else they are?
Tell me.
A great gift. I bought my cousin, who's turning 18 today, a pair of blenders, and I gifted him for his 18th birthday.
Which one'd you get him?
So he's not a very flashy kid, So I got him kind of some laid back ones. I don't remember the name, but he loved them, and they're a great gift, man. Someone gives you a pair of sunglasses, no one's going to be upset.
Right. That's like if you have friends that like weed, you just give them weed, and they're just ecstatic with weed. But if you're like a kid who's 18 years old, and you're like, hey man, brand new pair of sunglasses from my Uncle Alex, Uncle Grande hooked it up,
or cousin Grande,
right?
Yeah.
All good. Hey, listen, I said it right before the break, but today being Friday, Browner, by the time we get to Monday, who knows what the race is going to look like. And I got to give you credit where credit is due. When the Padres were like halfway through the season and we said, okay, guys, over the next 81 games, make your prediction as to what their record would be. My record was like, I don't know, like 39 and 42.
So they were 41 and 41 when I asked the question.
Yeah.
And I said they'd go 500. You said they'd go a game below 500. And Browner said 52 and 28.
Right. And we laughed at Browner. 52 and 28.
I laughed at me.
Yeah, we all laughed.
He was like, wait, never mind. Wait. Yeah.
Right.
52 and 28 is what the Yankees did to that point, and they were the best team in baseball.
So 52 and 28. And what are the Padres since? I would love to know.
Well, they're now 69 and 53. So they are 28 and 11. 28 and 12, excuse me.
Wow, Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Congrats, man.
By the way, to the SportsGrid audience, this is the man that in the shortened 2020 season predicted that the Padres would win 37 games and make the shortened postseason.
Right.
And what did the Padres do in 2020? They won 37 games and made the postseason.
Right. I mean, he nailed it. He crushed it. He did. So here, let's take a look at what's going to happen this weekend. And then I want to get to the next segment because the show is about to, listen, I'll just say this right now. For everybody that's listening, you may not know this, but for everybody who's watching, you clearly do. We're hot, okay? The three of us are really smoking hot dudes, okay? We're very handsome people. Very good looking, right? But the show's going to get much better looking in the next segment because our friend Erin Bailey, who's the chief marketing officer at the Del Mar racetrack, she's going to come on and promote what's cooking around Del Mar this weekend. And by the way, this is important for everybody who's watching around the country because while, yes, we can play Del Mar here on track, we can play it off track down at the Gas Lamp Tavern, okay? Our friend Rick, we'll talk about Rick coming up in just a little bit. But you can play Del Mar anywhere in the country. So, all right, we'll get to Erin Bailey coming up. All right, show us what's happening this weekend, Alex.
Yep. It is a road trip weekend for all three teams, all top three teams in the National League West. The Dodgers are at the Cardinals. That starts at 5:15 tonight. Dodgers haven't announced a starter as of this moment. The Diamondbacks are in Tampa Bay. They got Ryan Nelson on the mound today, 8-6, 4.51 ERA. Against former Dodger, Ryan Pepio, who's 6-5, 3.92 ERA. And the Padres, well, they go to Coors Field against the Rockies, who are 44 and 78, but I think 40 of those wins are against the Padres this year. First pitch is at 5:40, and it's Matt Waldron on the mound tonight against, another bad thing, a former Padre, Cal Quantrill.
Right.
So we know what happens there.
Yeah, usually former Padres haunt the current Padres, and a guy like Cal Quantrill, who, the Padres at one time thought was going to be like their next great pitcher, will probably have a no-hitter tonight. But those are the scars right there.
A no-hitter in Coors would just be...
would be like ridiculous, right?
Yeah. I think the over-under is actually 12.5, which is such a rare thing to see in baseball. Most over-unders are either 7.5, 8.5. The over-under is like 11.5 or 12.5 tonight.
I might play that as the over. I might play it as an over because everybody's going to be...
knuckleball could be...
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to be hitting bomb home runs, you know. All right, so stick around. Listen, coming up next, Aaron Bailey's the Chief Marketing Officer at Del Mar. You can play Del Mar all over the country. You can play it on track here in San Diego, or you can play it in downtown San Diego at Gaslamp Tavern. We'll talk to Aaron Bailey about the weekend at Del Mar next on Kaplan and Crew.
What a chance it is for Adam Paxton and Victor Tingstrom to pick up their first weekly titles. Adam Paxton, well, it's been the dream debut so far for him. For Victor Tingstrom, he'll feel like this is a moment a little while coming. A place in the final up for grabs for one.
You can do it. Make that double 18 away for a place in the final.
Wesley Plaisir was beaten, knocked out by Mike Warburton in a last leg decider.
Play. That is what they are playing for. They are playing for the trophy. They are playing for the big prize pot, and they are playing for a place in the £25,000 Champions Week.
97.
There is a point you feel that reality will surely kick in for Adam Paxton. He's here on debut. He watches the Super Series almost every single week. He was happy just to be playing in a group. This could be the leg that we talk about at the end of the night as being the one that changed the final, because Adam Paxton has just gone cold at the moment.
Bang on cue.
He doesn't just get two, he gets the lot.
Adam should take out the 16 out. If not, Mike's just behind him.
Shot on the fifth leg.
Can Paxton deliver one of the biggest moments of his career so far? He can. Double 12. What a moment that is from Adam Paxton. Mike Warburton was looking at 60 to win the match.
14.
Paxton, here's your moment. He approaches the hockey with confidence, with time, and delivers. Adam Paxton on debut. The boy, the fanboy, comes to the Super Series and wins.
On a Friday. Hey, by the way, quick note, guys. We mentioned that Jim Lampley was on the show yesterday. Do you know that our man Brett Weiss from Life Brew Coffee immediately sent Jim Lampley an entire goodie bag of all kinds of Mushroom Life products?
As he should.
Yes, Life Brew is LYFE, lifebrew.com. And it was amazing. Jim yesterday was like, oh, I'm a big fan of the King's Trumpet mushroom. He's like, because that's the one that reduces inflammation. He also said he was a big fan of the lion's mane mushroom, which supports memory and focus and nerve regeneration. This is the caffeinated version that I'm holding. The orange bag is the decaf version. And when you buy Life Brew Coffee, LYFE, Life Brew Coffee, Brett Weiss will send you all kinds of little goodies. Use our code GreatFriends. It's a 30% discount. And wait till Lampley gets the package. He's already hitting me up because I sent him a picture. And he's like, can I travel with this? Is this legal? I'm like, hey, Jim, it's just, these are just, there's nothing to it.
You're Jim Lampley. You do whatever you want.
Right. Exactly right. Speaking of people who can do whatever they want, here she is. She is the Chief Marketing Officer at Del Mar. But for those of us that are close to her, we like to call her Miss Alabama. Here she is, everybody. Aaron Bailey returns to Kaplan and Crew. Hello, Aaron Bailey.
Hey, how are y'all?
We are great. What's up with you?
Good. Oh my gosh, we're just, plowing through the season. I can't believe we only have 4 more weeks left. Yeah, just back in Alabama, watching it all unfold.
How about we're great. Last weekend, Tacos and Tequila was a great event. That was awesome.
It was huge. We have had that event before, and it was huge. There were so many people there. It was biggest event we've had. So, we've got Taste of New Orleans coming up in 2 weeks. You need to get your tickets and get in on that.
Yeah, the Taste of New Orleans is interesting for me. My daughter goes to Tulane, and this year I'm committed to, I want to get to Jazz Fest this year. And I'm gonna go to New Orleans twice this year. Once because we're all going to go for the Super Bowl. And then I'm going to go later in the year for Jazz Fest, which I've never been to before, and I've always wanted to go. Is this the first time Del Mar is doing this Taste of New Orleans?
It's not. We've done it before, but it's been very popular. We actually work with, there's a LSU alumni group in San Diego, pretty involved group that got behind this a couple years ago, and we've just kind of taken it and run with it. It's a lot of fun. I mean, you've seen the real thing being in New Orleans, but it's nice to bring a little bit of New Orleans to San Diego and, wear your beads and come drink Hurricanes and listen to Cajun Creole music. It's a lot of fun.
Sounds like a blast. I can't wait for that.
I got one question. Where's the gumbo stand?
Wait, what's the question?
Where's the gumbo stand? That's what I need to know.
There's gumbo, there's po' boys, there's beignets, there's all the food.
I'll never forget. We were in Fort Lauderdale for the Super Bowl in Miami. And me and Browner, we start cruising the streets of Fort Lauderdale and we get hungry. It's like 10, 11 at night. And Browner's like, yo, bro, let's go to Cheesecake Factory. And I was like, okay. He goes, I want a plate of gumbo. And I was like, what? He was like, yeah, dog, gumbo at Cheesecake Factory. And I was like, what are you talking about? And we go to Cheesecake Factory and this man ordered a big ass plate of gumbo and chomped that thing down. And not gonna lie, I've ordered it since. It's very good.
Gumbo is delicious. There's 1 million things on the menu at Cheesecake Factory. I cannot say I've tried the gumbo there, but I don't know. Now I'm going to do it.
All right.
Aaron, get to the page because you got to turn so many pages to get to it.
I know. I run out of energy by like page 3 and I just order all it.
Aaron Bailey is the Chief Marketing Officer of the Del Mar Racetrack here in San Diego. You can play Del Mar on site, which is what I do. You can go to the off-track betting in downtown San Diego at Gaslamp Tavern. They're the only guys that have the license for off-track betting, which is super cool. And for those of you guys that are listening and watching around the country, whether you're at your local track or you're at an OTB or wherever else, or you're playing online, you can catch up with Del Mar, which should be a good weekend of racing, by the way. I should tell you guys, we do have a horse running. We have a horse running on Saturday and on Sunday. I'll give you guys some details here in a second.
Got winners or what?
I think we have a really good chance. On Saturday, tomorrow, Aaron, in the second race, the Great Friend Stables has a horse called Aw Geez. And so it's an optional allowance going a mile on the grass. And this horse has won at this level before. So that's kind of exciting. And then on Sunday, we have a horse in the fifth race called Ivan the Great, 2-year-old maiden race going a mile on the grass. So the Great Friends this weekend will be out in full force. I don't know if you saw us in the winner's circle last week, but we actually won our first race of the week.
Love it. I know, it's great. Congratulations. I look for some more winning from you this season.
Aaron, when the Great Friend Stables wins, is the winner's circle ever more crowded than that one?
Only when the San Diego Aztecs basketball team comes out, and that's pretty much the only time when they do a race presentation. Yeah, there's a lot of you out there.
Yeah, I always love that Great Friend Stables picture. It's just like,
oh, dude,
like a high school reunion or something.
Dude, I gotta get last week's picture. I have it in my car. I intended to take it to my office in LA. I have it in my car. Dude, you have got to see how giant the picture was last week.
Yeah,
I would like to. We've got, speaking of San Diego Aztecs, we've got them coming out on August 25th, and just getting an entire basketball team and coaches and fans and all this stuff, around from place to place. It's like the only time I feel like the winner's circle is bigger than when you guys are there.
Browner, we should get you next to Coach Dutcher and tell him that you're in the transfer portal and just have you stand in the picture with the Aztec basketball team looking like you just fit right in.
Listen, the only thing I gotta let them know is that sciatic acting up. The sciatic acting up, bro.
You don't let them know till after you sign.
Correct.
Exactly.
Correct.
2 days.
No money.
2 days ago, he didn't know what sciatic was. Now he's like, oh, my sciatic, man. My sciatic.
Yeah.
Aaron,
you're in Alabama. It looks like you're somewhere very luxurious.
Oh, yeah? You like my painting behind me?
Yeah.
To give you guys a good backdrop, I'll be honest with you. I'm not even at my house at this moment. This is my neighbor's painting because there's welding being done in my house, and they just came down about 10 minutes ago and warned me that it might set off the smoke detectors. And that's all great timing. It'd be lovely to have the smoke detectors go off.
Hey, your neighbor, I love the wall. What do they call that? Where they like it's like
Eggshell.
a wooden
Wait, it's not actually. It's a Wayne. Is it wainscoting?
wainscoting? Is that what it is? Is that what that's called?
I don't know. She's fancier than I am. I don't know.
You talking about like the little ridges?
This is this is a friend that I work out with. This is a piece that she did.
Oh, really? Is that a Basquiat?
Yeah, sure. I don't know. I don't know. She created it and brought it over here, and I thought, damn, that looks good.
Yeah.
So,
you got some friends. You got a friend that
oh
you.
no,
use
people
with the
are
string.
fancy. Listen, people are fancy in Alabama. I don't know what you want from us.
What part of Alabama are you in?
Huntsville.
Huntsville, Alabama. All right.
Yeah.
Running the racetrack at Del Mar from Huntsville, Alabama.
Is that so? I didn't know you're from. We haven't got to meet in person. Are you is that the Roll Tide area? Or is there a different?
It's either the Roll Tide or the War Eagle area.
Okay.
You got to go one or the other. You can't abstain. Although I'll tell you, I'm a Florida Gator. I was born on the campus, and I have always been a Gator. And so the only people more hated than Auburn or Alabama are UT, Tennessee, Knoxville, and Florida Gators. So I've spent my life just staying out of the Auburn, Alabama drama. But yeah, you're right in the thick of it here.
Nice.
Right. You're involved in the Gainesville, world's largest cocktail party, Georgia,
the
Florida.
criminals, the Seminoles, the criminals, whatever you want to go with.
Wow.
I know,
I
it
love
gets
that.
ugly.
I love
It gets
that.
ugly.
Don't you miss California though when you're in Alabama?
I do miss California. Yes, I know. Well, I moved here and then got this job. And if I'd gotten the job first, maybe we wouldn't have moved here. You never know.
Erin Bailey is here. She's the Chief Marketing Officer of Del Mar. Hey, Erin, can you give us just a couple more minutes? Do you have a couple more minutes? Okay,
Sure.
Because here's the reason why. I just want to mention to everybody that this weekend there's a really, really amazing giveaway as Del Mar prepares to host yet again the Breeders' Cup. And so with the Breeders' Cup coming to town in November to Del Mar, all of a sudden the track is starting to prepare everybody for the excitement of the Breeders' Cup coming back again, which is amazing. It was so incredible. Erin Bailey's here. Stick around. A couple more minutes with Erin, and then we'll get right back to it. This is Kaplan and Crew.
Awesome.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
One change in the legislature in Missouri is that this guy who's just totally against sports betting there is not going away.
This has been in progress since last fall. They got 300 and some thousand signatures. All they needed was 170, but those were all certified by local election boards. That had to be done by earlier this month. By tomorrow, the Secretary of State has to verify all those signatures.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
Now, I take this product every single day, no matter where I am. When you buy through us, you get 5 free travel packs, plus you get the 1-year supply of vitamin D. You want all the vitamins, minerals, nutrients, superfoods and probiotics all in one thing. I take it every day, man. And I'm telling you right now, like people are telling me about COVID. People are telling me about getting sick. I'm like, all my vitamins and minerals are in one thing. You take 12 ounces of water, little drop of vitamin D. You take the packet, you pour it in. It's delicious. I know it's green. It doesn't look great. It's delicious. And you're going to stay healthy with Athletic Greens. athleticgreens.com/Kaplan. Erin Bailey is here from the Del Mar Racetrack. She's the chief marketing officer. Erin, have you ever had Athletic Greens, by the way?
Yes. You remember you gave me some Athletic Greens.
I know. Did you like them?
I did. Yeah, I did. I'm not very consistent. You know, I can't stay on it for very long. But yeah, I did. It was great.
All right. We need to get you more.
With mushroom coffee, I tried that for a little bit, and you know, I just can't stay consistent.
Really?
No.
So, Scott, you're kind of like a dealer of our sponsors, you know?
Yeah.
What do you need? What do you need?
Yeah. What do you need? What do
Like-
you got?
AG, little AG, little
Yeah,
life
it's
brew.
on the table.
Yeah. What do you need? You need some new blenders, sunglasses?
You know, I wore them over here. It's a beautiful sunny day. I just, it's not really my jam to wear them in the house, but
I understand. If you need Athletic Greens, I'm your guy. If you need Life Brew coffee, I'm your guy. If you need some sunglasses right here, I am your guy from Blenders Eyewear.
About some THC.
If you need any weed, I'm your guy because we'll hook you up at Torrey Holistics, California Holistics, Oxnard Holistics, and Mammoth Holistics. And by the way, if you need anything at Del Mar, I'm your guy, even though you're the girl.
I can live with that.
All right. Erin Bailey, just by the way, I want you to know that in our live YouTube chat right now, your biggest fan, and I'm going to actually say second biggest fan behind me, is Coach Steve Bogner. And he's watching right now, and he just absolutely loves you.
I remember Coach Steve from opening day.
Right.
When we were on the patio at opening day. I remember Coach Steve jumping in the comments. Hey, Coach Steve.
Yep. See, sending out love right there for you, Coach Steve.
Yeah.
Erin, so we talked about last week was tacos and tequila, and next week is the Taste of New Orleans. But this week, Del Mar is getting ready to celebrate yet another Breeders' Cup coming back this year in early November. Tell us what's going on at Del Mar this weekend.
Yeah, this weekend on Saturday, we've got a tumbler giveaway with the 2024 Breeders' Cup logo. Look at you guys. There it is. It's great for your mushroom coffee or your Athletic Greens. You know, maybe not quite big enough for the Athletic Greens. But it's really, it's really cute. I mean, I know that your people listening are probably not looking for cute, but I love mine. So go out to Del Mar, get it on August 17th, and get excited for Breeders' Cup being back on November 1st and 2nd. We're really looking forward to it.
Okay, the 17th is tomorrow. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I knew what tomorrow. Okay, got it.
Yes,
All right.
You're going to be there. You got horses running.
I do.
Right. Give me one of them cups.
All right. Hey, I will do that. I will hold on to cups for all of you guys.
I'm going to go out tomorrow. I'm going to go out tomorrow we have a horse running in the second. I mentioned just in the last segment, the horse is called Ahjeez, Ahjeez. Ahjeez, the Great Friend Stables. Doug O'Neill is the trainer. So our rider is Antonio. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Is it Frizu? Yeah. So he's gonna ride for us. You know, we're currently in the morning line. We're 3-1 for tomorrow's race. So yeah, I mean, I'd love to see us.
How much are we dropping? How many units are we dropping?
I would say I always play our horses across the board. You know, last week when we won, we were even money. We were an even money favorite. I wasn't going to play that. But this horse, 3-1, 2-1, 4-1, somewhere in that neighborhood, I'll play it across the board.
How large of a field?
Good question. Don't know yet.
Okay.
Don't know. Okay. It is a tough field, though. It is a tough field. And by the way, that's all because I'm reading like the analysis from our trainer who sent us information. Erin, so this tumbler tomorrow, I'm looking forward to getting that. You know that you guys, do you know that Jason Finley and family are coming out tomorrow? So our friends from Callaway Golf, Erin is helping me out to take care of those guys. And it's going to be a great day at the track tomorrow. Erin, I can't believe you're not going to be there tomorrow.
I know. I can't believe it either. I'm missing it. I was really loving being out there earlier in the season. And now, I'm just sitting in 100-degree weather with, my smoke detectors going off.
Right. Do you think it would be rude if I went into your office and kicked my feet up on your desk and acted like it was my own because you're not even there?
No, do it. I got no beef with it. Yeah.
Is that office just abandoned right when you're gone?
No.
No, our director of marketing is in there when I'm gone.
Really?
Yeah, Stacy's in there when I'm gone.
Oh, I'll go say hi to Stacy for
yeah,
sure.
go say hi to Stacy. In fact, go say hi to Stacy and grab your tumblers.
I
before
will.
we get gone.
I will.
That's
By the
right.
way, how cool do you look on the TV right over Alex's shoulder? How awesome do you look? There you go.
I look good. I have one question for Alex.
Yes.
You always look good, by the way.
Last
Always.
time I saw you on opening day, you were
Mhm.
5.5 margaritas in, I think.
Mhm.
How'd you do? Where'd you end up? I'd like to know.
I think, well, it's funny because this graphic was one that I used. I finished at 6. I finished at 6.
All right, not bad.
Yeah. But that I finished 6 on the show, and then I changed, and then I went out, and then I don't remember. So
Yeah,
it was a good day.
That's
Yeah.
what I was expecting. Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah, it was a good day.
11 o'clock in the morning, I think, and you were getting
Yeah, it was like 1 or 2. I think we were late.
You're
It was
right.
like 1
You're right.
o'clock.
We went
Yeah.
later. You're right. It
Yeah,
was
but there were small cups. You know, it wasn't like full,
small
like
cups. Yeah,
like
I was just
cantina
I was
margaritas. Yeah.
very jealous of your margaritas that day.
Since we're now part of a betting network, shout out to SportsGrid. Aaron, can you tell us what's the safest bet to make if you're going to the track at any point in time to put a unit down, as we like to say now on the show because we're official? What's the safest bet that you can put on paper
Oh my
to help
gosh.
you go home with some money?
Oh my gosh, you're going to get me in trouble. There's no safe bet. But I'll tell you this. This is the bet that I tell all friends who are new and don't want to drop a ton of cash. This is the bet I tell them to do. It's my favorite. The across the board bet, win, play, show. So it's $2 to win, $2 to place, $2 to show. So $6 bet, right? And you just say, I want this horse across the board. And then if it comes in first, you get paid on all 3. If it comes in second, you just get paid on the last 2. If it comes in third, you still get paid. So
That's how I play.
that's
how I
my
play.
favorite bet. Yeah.
Mine too.
My kids are small and I'm embarrassed to say this, but that's their favorite bet as well.
Hey, don't be embarrassed.
9-year-old made $60 on opening day.
Don't be embarrassed. My kids are all kids that grew up at the track. My daughters are into the glamour and opening day and getting dressed up and showing off. But my son is hardcore. He watches every single day on his app. Aaron, we got to hustle. We'll see you soon. Thank you so much. And we'll see everybody out at Del Mar this weekend. Stick around. We're going to get back to the NL West. A lot of NFL football. This is Kaplan and Crew. Hang out with us, everybody.
What has happened? What has transpired here at the First Bank Center here in Denver, Colorado? It wasn't just a big night of fights. It was a big night of memorable moments.
Conor McGregor with us here in Denver, Colorado. Good left hand from Rockhold. Right hand right back from Mike Perry.
Could I get a face-off with Conor McGregor, man?
It's an incredible setup here, incredible matchmaking, incredible storytelling. Oh, you had to come here. All these fighters that step in here are warriors and all have my respect. And I'm into this game, yeah. We'll be into this, yeah.
And we are live here in the Maverick Center here in Salt Lake City, Utah, folks. What a night. It is going to be historic indeed for BKFC 56.
Whoever's the king of violence right here, this is going to be a great fight.
Perry on the turn. Right hand from Mike Perry. Double jab. Who's the king of violence? I am.
Combat fighting in its purest form, bare knuckle fighting in the city of angels.
80 seconds remaining.
We've got the biggest announcement in the BKFC history we're about to make, so let's make that announcement.
What's up, Knucklemania? The notorious Conor McGregor here. Ladies and gentlemen, the huge announcement that I have for you today. Conor McGregor, myself, and McGregor Sports and Entertainment is now an owner of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Welcome to the big leagues. David Feldman, baby, we did it.
He's now an owner of BKFC with us, and we're going to take this motherfucking thing all the way to the top now.
So, Browner, I want to ask you, since we just had Aaron on, I got an email earlier today from Rick down at Gaslamp Tavern. And he's got a lot going on with these fantasy drafts now, right? Like, so our fantasy draft, because I've been getting a lot of questions from everybody. Hey, dude, on August 31st, when you guys have your fantasy draft, are you down there? And I'm like, I'm planning on being there because that week I have to go to Phoenix for my own fantasy draft, which is the first year I'm ever playing fantasy football, like for real. This is a group of guys. They play every year. They pulled me in. It's ridiculously expensive to join this league. There's a lot of money to be won. I have no experience. I've hired a general manager. I've literally hired a guy from the NFL Network named Marcus Grant to be my general manager. I put up the money. Whatever we win, we split 50-50 after I bring back the money, the original investment. But August 31st, Gaslamp Tavern, everybody seems like they're coming down. In fact, Rick wants to know, are we going to have one league of 12 teams, or are we going to split it up and have two leagues of 10? What's the story?
So right now, we're purely basing this on attendance and people who want to be a part of the process. So right now we have a 12-team league with 11 people committed, with one spot open that will be basically raffled off on the day of. If we get enough people there willing to participate on the day of, we are open to doing two leagues of 10 people, okay? In this league, there's now been an addition of a weekly winner who will win something courtesy of Rick. So
let me tell you what. Let me tell you what he sent me by email. Let me read this to you. Rick says, I'm going to do a payout every week for high point payouts. He says, and coming from a fantasy football player, most people want to know their draft order before the day. So if we have a team of 11 already set up, we can draw for the draft order, and then a 12th spot we'll raffle off. We'll figure it out that day. He says, but besides the draft, if we want to give discounts to great friends, I'm totally down. If they mention the great friends when they show up, I'll give them a $2 betting voucher for their first bet. This is for, any sort of horse racing bets that you want to do at Paddock on 5th. And he said tomorrow night, they've got UFC tomorrow night. And if any great friends want to come in, it's 15% off if they mention great friends. So if you go tomorrow night to Gaslamp Tavern in downtown San Diego because you want to watch the UFC fights, you mention the great friends, you're getting 15% off your bill. How about that, Browner?
Damn.
This is how Rick gets down. I'm telling y'all, Rick is the restaurant version of what Mushroom Life does. If you order some of this mushroom coffee, other stuff shows up. If you show up at Gaslamp Tavern and you mention our name, ain't no telling what you might walk out with.
Hey, Rick, why don't you send one of them brisket grilled cheeses up here? Dude, I haven't eaten breakfast. I'm hungry.
Me too. That brisket grilled cheese, you have said it to me, Browner, enough that I am going. I don't, it might happen this weekend. I might be heading down there this weekend.
Let me ask you a question that a fat guy would normally care about. How are the fries?
And that's the thing. The grilled cheese is so good. You don't expect the fries to be good because there's kind of like an afterthought.
Right, like an In-N-Out burger?
Right. You're smashing this thing and you're like, wah, 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 wah. You're like, And so you want to take a break. You want to throw something else in there because, that's how eating works. And then you get one of these fries.
Here's lessons in eating from Browner.
That's a good fry.
That's a tasty fry.
That is a good fry.
But this sandwich is better.
I know I've gone very coastal elite when I go to a restaurant and they don't offer like a Parmesan truffle fry. I'm like, come on now, like,
wow.
You can't give me like a garlic fry, like a garlic fry. You can't like throw a little Parmesan cheese on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
see, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. Bro.
I know. That started by saying that. Like,
you know what? Coastal elite.
Yeah.
The grilled cheese is so good. I can't necessarily remember the fries, which isn't a bad thing or a good thing. I was just so blown away. I tell you this, they got better fries than In-N-Out. That I can remember because those fries the In-N-Out fries are disgusting.
Well, just remember, everybody, hey, listen, if you're going to go into downtown San Diego and if you are anywhere around the country and you're coming into San Diego because it's summertime and it's vacation time and you're having a good time, Gaslamp Tavern is where you go. Revel is the other spot right there with Gaslamp Tavern. And then to finish things off, Paddock on 5th, where you can get that $2 play. So Rick will hook you up with a $2 ticket. All you have to do is mention the great friends, and then mark your calendars, everybody, because August 31st, we are in the house for our fantasy draft. And depending on how many people we get there, we'll either do one league with 12 or we'll do 2 leagues with 10 each. And come on down because we're all going to be chomping on those.
Any time is a good time to be at the Gas Lamp Tavern. I just made that up.
Nice. It's a good. That was really good. Well done. All right, let's reset. Let's do it. Let's reset the top of the hour. Let's get to a bunch of NFL preseason stuff. Let's get back into a bunch of baseball stuff. Stick around, everybody. This is Kaplan and Crew.